What's up, my honey bunnies, and welcome back to the Cruelty Free Vanity. Today I have an exciting video for you guys because I'm going to be testing out the new blushes from Red Apple Lipstick. I actually have one blush, a bronzer, and the makeup brush. I just received this package in the mail and I'm super excited to try it out. Let me tell you a little bit of their website because their website has become really helpful. If you have an issue trying to find the right shade of blush for your skin tone, you can go onto their website, onto their blush area. You will find a little guide of which blush shade you should get for your skin tone. For example, my skin tone is a medium skin tone with warm and olive undertones. So gold, warm, and olive undertones. So I can go for two different shades. I can go for Tango, which is the one I got, which is a true peach, and it's suited for olive skin tones with any hair and eye color. And then the other one that I can go for is Koi, which is an apricot pink. And this one is for medium with golden undertones, which I really love that they have 6 shades. So they have a shade for someone who's very fair, and they also have a shade for someone who's very deep. I think that's really helpful, and I'm sure you will find a shade that goes really well with your skin tone. So let's just get started. I got the chance to choose a shade and I went for Tango because I felt like it was going to be a little more suited for my skin tone. Again, I can go for Tango or I can go for Koi. Now that I'm thinking about it, I should have gone with Koi. If you guys are not familiar with Red Apple Lipstick, they are cruelty-free, vegan. All of their products are vegan. They're gluten-free, non-toxic. Besides being gluten-free, it's also allergen-free, talc and paraben-free, and lead-free. So that's pretty amazing. The packaging is a black box with white lettering. It says Red Apple Blush. All right, so we're gonna open it up, and this is what the actual blush looks like. It's very simple, very minimalistic. There's really no design. It does have a screw-on lid, so it just looks like that. I can really appreciate that it has a little window so I can see what color it is, and I don't have to be opening it to see it. So that's really a thumbs up for me. So the back of the blush just has this right here. The bronzer has the same packaging as the blush, and this is what the bronzer looks like. They only have one shade. Besides the blush and the bronzer, they also released a blush brush, which just looks like this. Is an angled brush, super soft. This is what the bronzer looks like. This is called Sundrop, and it's a warm matte bronzer. I'm gonna go on with the Red Apple Lipstick angled blush brush. I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of product, and I'm just gonna follow the natural hollows of my face, which is just like right here. You can also just suck in your cheeks like so you guys can see where your hollows are at. So that's basically what I do. When it comes to bronzer, I don't do one line and just stick to that line. What I do is basically just cover this whole area right here of bronzer and just, you know, blend it in and blend it in. So far, so good. I'm really liking this shade. Product I have left, I'm just gonna apply it on my jawline. I just do this to soften up a little bit of my really strong jawline. I do have a square shape face, so I do always try to kind of like, you know, soften it up with bronzer. Kind of just, you know, hide it. You can also put the bronzer right here and just blend it down to hide your double chin if you have one. I actually have a little bit of it, so I'm just going to be putting a little bit on. Since I'm trying to hide my jawline, to, you know, soften it up, I'm applying it right on top of my jawline. If you want to define it, you need to apply it under your jawline so that it can stick out more. So far, I'm really loving this bronzer. I love the shade. I think the shade is just perfect for my skin tone. I'm really liking that the bronzer looks very natural. Nothing super, you know, noticeable. Now I'm going to go and apply the blush. I'm just going to be taking off a little bit of the bronzer. Before I start applying my blush, if you guys don't know how to apply blush, I will leave a link down below to a video that shows you how to apply blush depending on your face shape. So for example, I have a square face or square shaped face, I should say. I always apply my blush right in the center of my cheeks, so just right here. So this is where I start and then I just blend it back. So that is what I'm going to be doing. I'm just going to be picking up a little bit of the blush. I watched Andrea's video on how to apply blush. So she does tell you to kind of like tap the blush on a hard surface. Let me do it like right here. Basically, you're just tapping it on a hard surface so that the blush particles or the blush pigment can go all the way to the bottom. I've never done that, but I wanted to try that ever since she actually gave us that tip. So I'm gonna go on and apply it right on the center right here. So this is where most of the product is gonna go, and I'm just gonna blend it back. This color looks very natural. It doesn't look super like exaggerated. It just looks like a really nice, you know, flush of color on top of your cheeks. So I'm really liking the shade Tango. Now that I gave you some swatches and a demo on how the products apply and how the brush works, I wanted to just wrap this video up with my overall thoughts on all of the products. Let's just start with the brush. I actually have nothing bad to say about the brush. I think it's a really good quality brush. It picks up enough product, it applies and it blends really nicely. It's really soft. I really love that it is an angled blush brush because that makes it possible to use it as a bronzer brush and a blush brush. You can even use this as a highlighter brush. Just use the tip right here and just apply it on top, as you can see right here. So it makes it a really good multi-purpose brush. Let's move on to the Sundrop Bronzer. Freaking love this bronzer. I think it's the perfect shade. It's not super pigmented, but I think that's a really good thing because you can build it up. All right, so last but not least, the blush. The blush in Tango is actually really pretty. I think it suits me really nicely. I am really loving them. I think if you're going for a really natural, subtle look, these are the bronzer and blush to get. They just work really nicely for an everyday look. All right, my honey bunnies, so that is everything for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys did, give it a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so. Thank you so much for watching, and I guess I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.